But all I can do is just thank God for what he's given me here. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. My name is Colin Jeffrey. I've come to love God in my own way. When I was young, I thought I did. Brought up by a good family. I seemed to drop off after my teenage years, and then things drifted away. I work, and then family, which was very important to me. Mary and I have been together for many, many years. We've had our struggles, and then as circumstances happened, we had a big change in our life about 10 years ago, and we just sold everything, moved to Rivers Inlet, and that was good for Mary and I. We were able to talk. We didn't have distractions, but something was still missing. We didn't know, and then in July of that year, we decided to travel. Seeing as everything we had was in storage, we thought, well, let's just move around. And we went all over BC, the Yukon, and we tried the Okanagan, and I think the first real estate office, our bubble was burst. So we just traveled around a little bit closer into the Kamloops area. Anyway, we were in, I think, Logan Lake, and we were given the information of try 100 Mile. It's beautiful. Well, I worked up here. I'd known lots of fellows at the mill and did some contract work up here. And anyway, we ended up buying a place, and with Pat and Wendy's lead, they were the first people that came over and said, "Hi, I'm your neighbor," and said, "If you ever want to, come to our church." And Mary went, but I was reluctant. I was probably a big shot or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, Mary went for quite a while, probably close to a year. And any time that Pat and Wendy didn't take her, I would take her and sit out in the parking lot. And Mary changed on me. I couldn't understand why. And then it came time for Mary's baptism. I thought, okay, I'll come in the building. And that was the best thing I can think of. God hit me really hard upside the head. Pat and Wendy invited us to home group, and it was at Larry and Judy Hillstad's house at the time. I enjoyed the discussions we had because sometimes in church I don't grasp what is said right away. I'm sometimes a little bit of a slow learner. I've sort of needed tutors at different times in my career, so it was excellent on those Monday nights to get feedback, and I could ask questions about what was said, and it was explained to me. And the more I got into understanding what, not just the Bible, but everything that was connected to God, what Jesus Christ did for us, to understand that we're all sinners, and that we're not going to be, that we're not sinners, that we do it every day. But it just gave me a stepping stone to understand that I want to be in with Christ. And that I remember it took about 6 months of not cajoling. They never did that at all. It just poured out of me one night to say, I want to be saved. I want to be part of what Jesus Christ's teachings are and what God wants us to do. and there was a few jaws that dropped, mine included, and it's been a little bit of an uphill grind ever since, because I don't think God ever intended it to be easy. I think He's probably the best tutor that we can have. My relationship with God now is, I say, still in a slight stage of confusion. Not that He wants to keep me blind to what He wants us to know. It's just that everything now that I do has a God moment, a God thought, and different things I would take for granted. I play with my grandchildren, and you can see the absolute glory of what He gives us when you see them learn, and there's a feedback from that. Well, that's God giving you that. That's the most precious thing in my thoughts and my feelings. I feel more empathy, as you can see. Mary and I get along with. It's grand. It's like a second, third, fourth, fifth, and a honeymoon. We're happy. That's a gift. It's a joyous journey when you realize that when I look at it from my perspective, there's a lot of numbers behind me and not that many numbers ahead. So and I'm not doing it to gain points. That would be the last thing that I'd even want to consider. That's just not the way it is. It's the joy and the happiness that you get, and it's not the building. I mean, we all know that, and there's just that warm feeling that you get that Jesus Christ died on that cross for us. And you can't imagine what He must have gone through. I have a little bit of arthritis, and I ache and pain, and I groan and I moan all day long, and imagine what He did for us. That is, you're just totally speechless. You can't even think of what He must have gone through.